Hey guys, this is Cholera, and real quick, these are the locations of all the games of the ClubDay MSL round of 16 casted by Moletrap Diggity and I. We're committed to doing all the games, we just haven't had a chance to do all of them just yet, but here they are in case they were lost to you guys. Group A, 4GG versus Stork, is all on the Biotech account right now. Group B, Cal versus Iris, has game 1 on Moletrap's account. Group C, Jangby versus Memory, has game 1 on Diggity's account. You'll be watching Type B versus Yellow Arnc, Group D on my account. Group E, Frosian versus Nada, has set 1 on the Biotech account, and sets 2 and 3 on Diggity's account. Group F, Free versus Jadong, has set 1 on Biotech's account. Group G, Firebat Hero versus Tempest, has all the sets on the Biotech account, and Group H, Hwasun versus Bisu, also has all the sets on the Biotech account. For all the games we haven't casted, we will get to them, and most of them will be on the Biotech account. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the best of 3 series between Yellow and Type B. Hey everyone, this is Cholera. That's right, I am back doing a single cast, and this time it's going to be the round of 16 games between Yellow Arnc and Type B. It's going to be a fast-paced Zerg versus Zerg series here. Both players are Zerg, and both are on OGN Sparkyz. Here is Yellow Arnc. He's always been sort of in the shadow of his identical twin brother Luxury, but now Luxury has moved on to KTF, and he is the remaining Broodling twin on OGN. He's wearing the French shirt, the Lamarck Lecoq shirt, I believe that's what it says, and that has been sort of OGN's alternate uniform. His opponent is Type B. I really don't know much about Type B, but he actually managed to come out of a round of 32 group with Lomo and Memory. He 2-0'd them, so that's a little bit impressive. Both are decent turn players. Of course, Yellow Arnc came out of an even more difficult group. I did cast that group of the round of 32 with Louder. He manages to defeat Flash twice in that group. Jangby was the other player in the group who actually defeated Yellow, but he manages to defeat Flash and by doing so kick Flash out of the MSL round of 32. You know, in the round of 32, which is not bad at all. Diggity, Moletrap, and I, like I said, are committed to doing all the games of the MSL from the round of 16 onwards. So this is just one of the games that haven't been casted. It is about, well, 2 weeks old, I think. This was played in October, on October 18th. In any case, though, it's still news to me, I guess, and hopefully too many of you guys have not watched this. Not too many of you guys have watched this. We have here Type B in blue at the 9 o'clock location. We have in teal Yarnak in the 2 o'clock location. This map is Athena II. And given that Athena II has relatively close base locations and relatively fast rushing time, I don't think either player will be going for any kind of expansion early on. We could be seeing just overpool, 12-pool, or 9-pool builds. And it looks like Yellow Arnc is going to be going for that 9-pool. He's not building anything with his larva, which I think is a pretty good opening on this map. Your natural expansion is fairly difficult to hold. It's very open, so a fast expand I think would just be very, very dangerous. It looks like here we're seeing an Overlord from Type B, and if he doesn't go for a 12 hatch, he might be a little bit ahead just by build order here. We're seeing also the gas from Yellow Arnc, so he's definitely going to be going for a very fast tech here. Probably not going to go for the... well, actually, it depends on whether he sends out a scout or not, but given his build, he's not going to be able to scout. Neither player is scouting correctly, so if Yellow Arnc knew how close his build order was, maybe he would go for speedlings and try to rush Type B to gain an advantage. Type B has gone for a 12-pool, actually, which is, of course, the perfect build order counter against a 9-pool. So it's going to be difficult for Yellow Arnc. In fact, this could be a relatively open and shut book here in terms of this game because 12-pool really counters 9-pool so well. Now, if the game was Jadong versus Type B, I'd still say Jadong was in the lead because Jadong is always in the lead in every Zerg versus Zerg. But Yellow Arnc is no Jadong. Jadong, of course, will go into situations where he's not supposed to win based on the very tight build order matchups, and he'll end up winning anyway. But looks like Yarnak pulling one of the drones off, 2 of the drones off gas. I think it's just 1 drone on gas, but also getting a lair. So what he's going to do is just put the bare minimum on gas, and I think he will probably just get lots of lings in between here, or perhaps save up minerals for a second hatchery. Meanwhile, Type B has gone for a natural expansion. Now, unfortunately for Type B, he didn't scout Yarnak's base. If he had known Yarnak was going for the 9-pool with gas, I think he probably would have saved up, he probably would have put the hatchery inside of his main base and still had a big advantage now, but the fact that he's put himself in an expanding situation on Athena, I think makes him vulnerable to an early attack from Zerglings. and we'll see how this plays out for him. He's got 6 lings against Arnc 6 lings. This is what I mean about 12 pool being so effective against 9 pool. You see that he has the lings just at the same time as yellow can get his lings to his base. So really, yellow's just down, 2 drones there. Yeah, well, I guess 3 drones actually. So really, not a good position for Arnc to be in. And if he can get up that second hatchery and hold it with a sunken colony, then or with enough lings, then Type B will be really far in the lead here. Looks like Arnc's also resumed his gas production there, and you could see now, yeah. There's so many more lings for Type B. If Type B plays this safely and doesn't make any mistakes, I expect a relatively easy win here. Yellow Arnc's best matchup is not against Zerg. In fact, it's his worst matchup, 46% against Zerg. Type B has basically no record. He's only played, I think, less than 10 games in total. He's 1-1 against Zerg. Luxury is a lot better against Zerg, by the way, as he is in general compared to his identical twin brother. He is actually probably the second best Zerg versus Zerg player out there with over 60% win rate. Anyway, though, here comes a couple more lings from Yellow Arnc just racing over there. But Type B knows he can play it safe here. He can just defend his natural expansion. He doesn't want to be outflanked by Arnc. If he left and went for the attack, he might be Arnc might rush up his ramp or something. And, the Spire for Type B is not that much slower than Arnc's Spire. Arnc will probably get mutas there about the same time that Scourge pop out. So really, I don't think Arnc's going to do much damage. And this second hatchery, if it holds into the mid game, will give Type B an advantage that really Arnc cannot come back from, I think. And we're seeing just more lings from Arnc here. Arnc's going to be producing probably 3 Mutalisks here. Type B has moved away a little bit from his base, though. This leaves him with a leaves Arnc with a slight opening if he can manage to time it correctly of rushing up and trying to kill up some drones. Looks like Arnc's actually divided his troops for this very purpose. This could be a brilliant play here, leaving 6 lings at one of the little hills there, and now Type B is going for the attack. Type B doesn't know there's 6 lings from Arnc, and if Arnc can rush in, he might do a lot of damage. Arnc also has his first 2 Mutalisks out. Arnc looks like he knows this, that the Type B's lings are now in his natural expansion. Type B trying to rush up here. I don't think that was necessarily a great idea. Here comes Arnc with 6 lings. He's going to be greeted with 4 lings, but he actually gets up the ramp here, and he's using the ramp against Type B. Arnc still with 4 lings inside of Type B's base. Type B, meanwhile, is bringing all of his lings into Arnc's base here, but looks like Arnc's using the ramp very well. He has the mutas, so Type B with a bad mistake there, and Arnc is taking out drones left and right here. He's probably going to get himself at least 3 drones, and that's going to even up the game. It looks like, yeah, Type B probably lost more than 3 drones there. He really doesn't have that many drones left, maybe only 7 drones left, so this is actually turning towards Arnc's favor. He has the mutas out. I think he'll have more mutalisks very soon, and you can see that just that one ploy. Yeah, I see only 7 drones total for Type B, whereas Type B should have about 10 drones or 11 drones at this point if he was even if he wasn't building any more drones. Looks like Type B manages to pick off at least 1 drone there from Arnc, sort of evening up the score here. Looks like Arnc moving in here with 2 more lings, managing to sneak them in. The second hatchery has not been effective at all for Type B because he's had to defend with his lings. But I think him moving out was a mistake there. I think he didn't need to move out with his lings at that point. He could have just built Scourge and dealt with the Mutalisks coming in. Well, I guess maybe he was afraid that Arnc's Mutalisk micro would be too good for Scourge, so I take that back. But still, I think it was a mistake not leaving any lings to defend, and he just got slaughtered there on the ramp. Now here comes Arnc with a superior Mutalisk force here. He's going to micro against those Scourge. Yeah, perfect micro there. Not landing 1 hit there from Arnc. I'm sorry, from Type B. Not one of Type B's hits landing, rather. Scourge landing. Okay. Anyway, so it looks like Type B with 2 more links inside Arnc's base. This is what he needs to do. He needs to keep harassing these drones. But Arnc has mutas out also, and I think this is going to be Arnc's game despite the early build order disadvantage. Yeah, no drones down for Type B, and Type B is going to get pretty much run over at this point. He doesn't have a air advantage. He doesn't have an economic advantage. He has a hatchery advantage, but it's not going to help him at this point. He just has fewer drones, and it was just because of those 6 lings by Arnc, I think. Arnc doesn't have a lot of drones himself, but he has that sunken colony up now, and he does have enough gas, and he still has enough minerals to build Scourge and an occasional Mutalisk, which is pretty much all he's going to need, given that he already has a superior air force. Looks like he's switching over to Scourge here. And here comes an air battle from both of these players. Arnc, I think, managed to land some of the Scourge there, whereas Type B has not managed to land the Scourge. Type B losing one of his Scourge there to one of Arnc's Scourge. Type B looks like he's sneaking 6 Lings into Arnc's base. He might be going for an attack here, trying to pick off some drones. Arnc with some nice pulls there, loses 1 drone. 2 drones will probably go down. Meanwhile, Arnc is in Type B's base. This is going to be close, actually. Type B trying to get Scourge in, but Arnc with some very deft micro there, managed to pick off, I think, all the Scourge. Meanwhile, Type B not microing well there, losing all of his Lings to that Sunken, and Arnc has won the air battle. Type B with just 1 Mulus left. Arnc's Scourge micro, anti-Scourge micro, just too good. GG coming from Type B. Very, very nice comeback from Arnc despite a build order disadvantage. Game 1 goes to yellow Arnc, and Type B looks a little angry there. I think he knew he should have won that game, given that he went for the 12 pool against a 9 pool, and yellow Arnc just made a better play. And maybe he's picked up a couple of ZVZ skills from his brother, who will be interesting to see him compete against. I think they actually played once, but I didn't get a chance to cast it. Maybe they'll play again sometime. In any case, though, stay tuned for games 2 and possibly 3 coming up.